Hello, and today, because we hit 100 subs, I'm going to do an art tutorial. Because why not? We're gonna draw a person, so pick out your brush and stuff. First, you're gonna draw 2 lines like this. They don't have to be clean. Right now, I'm just doing a sketch. Then you draw the chin with these 2 curved lines, like that. And for men, I usually draw the chin like this, because words are hard, because their face shape is a bit different. Then you draw the neck right here. I draw pretty skinny necks, because that's just how I do it. Then 2 big ears on the sides. Then you draw little X's in them for the detailed cartilage, because I'm lazy and don't want to draw that. Then you draw the shadow for the neck like this. Like a little like a long triangle. Then you draw 2 more lines next to where the sides of the head and the ears connect, like so. So right now, I'm going to draw the eye, or the first eye. And there are a couple ways to do it. This is one way, where it's like a more tired look, and the top of the eye is flatter. That's one way to do it. How I think of drawing eyes is you have the eyeball, and then where the eyelids post, like they're both on each side, and then the top one is below, and then the bottom one is on the bottom, and the bottom one is above, and the top one is above. And if they're both like that, where you can't see the whole circle or the one end of the circle, and that's one way. Those are just how I think of it. You can also draw the filling, like the pupil and iris, like that. That's one way to draw an eye. Though I think the way I'm going to draw an eye this time is like this, where it's more rounded at the top. And you fill that in. And now observe as I try to remember if this character had a scar over their eye or a button. This character that I'm drawing has a button, but I could not remember for the life of me. So here we go, finally drawing the button. Draw 2 little circles. Draw a circle at each end of the lines. And then for the nose, we draw a triangle in the middle of the face, but we make it longer and more like scrunched up. Or like smaller. We make it smaller and longer. Then how I like to draw mouths is I like to do this like little W mouth with this little W mouth, like that. And how I draw the hair is I just draw a bunch of curved triangles and pointed bits, like this. And I'm not the best at it, I'm going to admit. I usually just draw them until they look good, and then for the rest of the hair, do something similar, but you don't do that. I do something similar to that with the characters that have really fluffy hair, but it's a new technique that I'm using, so that's not the one we're going to use this time. I usually start off with the ear and draw these curved little pointy bits. And then this part is where the hair grows from, the hairline, I think it's called. Draw more triangles like that, and trust the process. Then you bring that down over to the neck. Draw more. I trust the process. And usually, by the little hairline, I add just a little extra bit just to make it look cute, because it's fun. We lower that opacity because that's the sketch. Then you trace over your lines, and it's okay to go off the lines. There is a reason they're a sketch and not the actual line work. You can add a couple more details to the hair like that. And you continue to trace over like so. I'm going to skip to after the line work is done. So we move that to the top layer, then we lower the opacity of the marker, and we put little blotches over the cheeks, the nose, and the tips of the ears, because that's where people who are pale skinned usually have more color and stuff, like a slight redness. And we're also going to do that for the shadows with the hair. I draw it like that because I personally have paler skin, so it's easier for me to draw. I also see it more. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do a darker one, but still lighter opacity, and we're going to go over where the shadow of the neck is. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the eraser, and we're going to erase the bits that are excess. Erase the excess bits. And I'm going to skip to the part where that's done. I've already erased it all. Like that. And then what we do is we make really small lines. Those are too big. But you do these little lines on where the cheeks and the darker parts are, like the blushes and where it's redder. I just like doing this. You don't have to do this. It's just part of my style. You don't have to do any of this. This is just my particular style. So you do that. You also do that for the other ears. And then, once you're done that, for the shadows, I usually do diagonal lines, just to add a little bit of variety, and they're usually not as neat. Like so. And when it comes to the shadows near the eyes and stuff, I usually lighten, when it's on the eyes, I usually lighten the opacity of the lines. So it's not as like big and distracting. And voila. I'm not gonna do an in color one right now, but this is what it should look like afterwards. And don't worry, it takes a while to get right, and I know the style isn't for everyone. So thank you so much for watching. Bye.